what's going on, everyone? Meteorologist Hunter Ward with your Tuesday, January 11th update. Got a double shot of snow that will be moving into western North Carolina. First shot Thursday night for many in the higher elevations of western North Carolina, above 3,500 feet, North Carolina-Tennessee border, within 10 to 15 miles. The models are also showing a chance that could break a little bit of containment or push out of those mountain area locations and kind of use those wind gusts to get into the valleys. And we could even see that snowfall as low as the Asheville area. Tough forecast with this. The GFS is not is more excited about this type system. It typically does better than the European model. So, we can rely on the GFS just a little bit more with these northwest flow type scenarios. So, and then we're going to have a Gulf flow that the models are signaling is going to be possible moving through. So, an interesting setup over the next week. Got a lot to keep track of and maintain. It'll be a difficult forecast moving forward, but I'm here to tackle it, no problem. And we'll do our best to get your snowfall totals right. For this Gulf flow, I know a lot of you guys want to know, is it going to snow in your backyard? And that's the golden question. And, nobody really knows that answer right now. All we can do is kind of, look at our models, kind of analyze and give you our best opinion based off of, previous forecasts that we've made for the area, and then move forward. So let's go ahead and turn around to my screen. I want to thank Red Wolf Contracting Services, CP Crews, for sponsoring the website. And then look, beautiful morning again. Like I mentioned yesterday, gonna have a couple really nice mornings. Late tomorrow, it looks like some clouds will start streaming in, or early into Thursday. And looking at the Banner Elk live cam, Grimes, Tice, Anderson, downtown Asheville camera, just a bluebird morning around western North Carolina. Got that Henco Revo graphics coming up. And we'll be having a Bryson City camera coming out for you guys here in the next couple days. Going to try to have it before the snowstorm. It'll look down on the caboose. So very neat happenings. Trying to get some things going for you guys farther southwest. I know I struggle forecasting out there. But you guys are in an interesting location. Now we could just kind of see if my forecasts are verifying out there. Farm Bureau, Insurance, Haywood, Cam up Dutch Cove, just a pretty morning. TJ Hooper, nationwide camera. Many people asking me, is Brevard going to see snow? I have no idea right now. Just, I'm going to share what the models show, and then we'll kind of go from there and start analyzing it here as we progress. Affairs of the Hearts, downtown Waynesville camera, and then your Cabbage Rose camera and Camp Cedar Cliff camera. Haywood Community College camera. Just a beautiful morning all around Asheville. So let's get into the models, show you guys a little bit what the models are showing Thursday night. Here is the most recent GFS. So western North Carolina, right down here, you can see, and we'll actually zoom in for this. So you can see this somewhat of a clipper system moving through on this backside, and then we've got a little bit of northwest flow that picks up on the North Carolina-Tennessee border, and then just kind of enhances here as the temperatures drop through early Friday morning. Drops a decent bout of snow. Winds will pick up around the area. That low's deepening, and the winds are trying to compensate for that here across the area. Strains out all the moisture in those highest elevations, and we could even see down into those lower valleys. Let's see what the wind gusts are. 28, even 30. So high wind gust, nothing crazy. But your temperatures will be relatively low as well. Let's show you what the temperatures, the 2 mil temperatures at this time. 30, 28 around 8 a.m. So, Friday seems to be a mild day. Somewhat nasty around western North Carolina, especially along the border. Highs are in the upper 30s, and then cold comes that evening. So let's show you. That's what the GFS model is showing. Now the European model. We'll have to turn it back. Actually, we can watch the 6Z on this. 6Z doesn't go past hour 90, so it doesn't cover our Gulf low that we're talking about as well. You can see this front pushing through a little bit of a backside. A little bit later into Friday, the GFS shows those snow showers happening around sunset in the Asheville area. This is more while you're sleeping, and much more of a nuisance event even for the border counties. That low's still deepening, though, here off the coast. So that's going to be the key factor with this. Those winds are going to be rushing to compensate for that. So watch for that. We'll do another video update tomorrow, of course, and may even put out a snowfall map for this. But the main focus is going to turn to the Gulf low that we've, you maybe seen some chatter about, and the models are starting to hone in on a signal. What I like to look for winter storms in the southeast that come from the Gulf. They dip out of the Midwest region, come all the way down, and then up into, a lot of times they phase down here in the Gulf, and then that deformation feature happens on the backside. And I'll just pull up the GFS because that's really what this most recent GFS model shows is, exactly what I'm discussing. And so here you can see Saturday, your storm begins to come into the frame here. Right here. So what you're going to be wanting to look for on Saturday is, the development of this low and how it develops, Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, what's occurring there. That upper level low begins to crank back, bringing that moisture back on the backside, and, it's even showing a baroclinic leaf that develops out in front where, there's an area of convergence right over western North Carolina where, we could even potentially see some snowfall midday Saturday, but, mid to late afternoon. And then, but this model's showing that baroclinic leaf really reaching out and everything being snow. We've got a high pressure up here, funneling in that cold air, absolutely classic. I'd look for that to deepen just a little bit to 1032 probably. And then, it's just funneling that cold air in. That's causing this storm to turn back on itself as well. We've also got a negative NAO out here, high pressure that's funneling air back into this storm. So it's just creating this turn in the atmosphere, this natural turn in the atmosphere. And this model run, Western North Carolina, really takes advantage of it. So here you can see that low really deepens right here along the coast. All snow for Western North Carolina, Sunday morning, 8 a.m. It's been snowing all night. Snow really begins to pick up, though, as the day progresses. All throughout the day, it looks to be heavy snowfall per the GFS model. I'm going to show you the European model here in just a minute, which wasn't as excited. The European model was the first model to pick up on this system, but has since weakened it, suppressed it a little bit. Not surprising. We're going to see some swings back and forth, but as far as classic setups for Western North Carolina snow, this low track and the low track that I've been seeing for the past 2 days manifesting on the models is noteworthy, and it has to be taken seriously. So we'll run it, continue Sunday. The low continues to deepen, just kind of turning in on itself. This deformation feature develops all across Western North Carolina. Snow, sleet, rain, all across North Carolina. A warm nose. The European model the other day didn't have as strong of a warm nose, and it showed a snowfall for all of North Carolina, which very well could happen even with this deformation feature on the back inside. So look at that, just crank though, 992. All snow for Western North Carolina. Every bit of it. Not even a switch. And then look at this thing just continuing to upend itself and just flow onshore. This is an incredible model run just to watch. And that deformation feature just hammers all of North Carolina as it exits. And then it just goes up the coast incredibly and gives somewhat of a blizzard to the entire Northeast. So something to really take into consideration. This is a strong storm that the GFS is showing. And, let's compare it with what the European model is showing because, there's some stark contrast. And you just kind of have to take those with a grain of salt right now and, understand that these models are both showing the same system. Snow falling earlier in the day. European model brings it in earlier in the day. It's a little bit progressive with this first piece of energy, and then the second piece that comes in, it phases it a little bit late. That's why we don't have the turning of the atmosphere like we see in the GFS showing Sunday. This is Saturday night around 8 p.m. The storm is almost through western North Carolina. And so the GFS shows a much longer duration storm, a much more amped storm. You can see how this kind of creates a system for Columbia, Atlanta. Those people are rooting for this system to come to fruition if you like winter weather. But this much more suppressed look is what the European model is showing. So we'll see today. We'll do another video, of course, here later or tomorrow morning, kind of detailing out what the most recent model showed. But today I'm watching for some congealing of the models between the European model and the GFS. We'll look for that here in the next 24 to 48 hours. And then, based off of that, the forecast will progress. So a lot of uncertainty with this, and just trying to do my best to give you guys an idea of what's going on, because the European model is showing this. This is the operational model. Its ensemble, on the other hand, is different. Averaging 5 inches of snowfall. Has some real large members in there that show 20 plus inches of snow on 3 or 4 of them. So take that into consideration, that the ensemble is not sold on this suppressed storm. So we'll see today if we have any type of correction from the GFS one way to a more suppressed storm, or we'll see if the European model corrects to a more Gulf low, typical classic western North Carolina snow. The signs are there that it could happen today either way, and so just watch for that, and we'll bring you a new update when we've got more information. So thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you subscribe to the page, like my videos, and check back soon for more information. Thanks.